Their system was both simple and ambitious. Tractor trailers would bring up to 4,000 pounds at a time to Detroit. They'd pull up. They would pull up in some lot. Guys would pull up, grab all the stuff in warehouses, and then box vans would take them all around the city, and it'd be all gone. The 4,000 bows would be gone in an hour or two. I've been in houses where people had, like, maybe not that much, but a whole lot, and it comes in, right? The load comes. You've got the guys with the guns. Watch the load come in. Count it up, make sure it's there, and then you start taking order. People come, give me 50, give me 80. A lot of it goes out of consignment. I'd rather have somebody owe me money than be sitting around with a house with 1,000 pounds in it, right? So these guys, once they linked Q and Tommy Lee Hodges, it just went through the roof. In just 10 months in 2002, from January to October, 10 months, Tommy Lee Hodges himself, his side of the organization, shipped 36,000 bows to Detroit. So $10 would be $360,000, $100, $3.6 million. If he was making $300 of profit at each, that'd be $10 million in profit. Not many DOPE dealers of any kind see $10 million in profit in 10 months, and they weren't the only ones doing it. Remember, there's rappers from Detroit, the Street Lords. Some of them, Street Lord Rook, they got indicted for a reefer thing. I think in their case it said they sold 45 million in 9 months or something. He may have been a part of one of these, I'm not sure, but there was a few sets of people. I have a Chaldean friend, his relative was doing the same thing. $1 million a month in revenue. So this shows you the massive size of the U.S. market for illicit substances. This is just one set of guys in one second-tier city, right? Millions a month in profit. I mean, what's going on in New York, Chicago, all over the country, L.A.? This is just a mid-sized city. And you would think with all that money they were making that Tommy Lee Hodges and Quasand would be each other's keeper, but something went wrong. Perhaps just old-fashioned greed. Or maybe something personal happened. No one has ever said, because this part of the story involves a lot of violence and homicide, so the stories remain secret. As far as we know, Tommy Lee Hodges made the first move on Q. September 2002, Quasand Lewis shot while leaving a bar that he owns, and 2 weeks later, one of his lieutenants, McKinley Tigner, deceased. Obviously, Q lived.
I think we had a gun case. Once he owned a couple bars.
The violence was escalating, and it would soon reach a crescendo outside a Detroit nightclub called Tiffany's. April 12, 2003, a warm spring night in Detroit. Tommy Lee Hodges pulls up to Tiffany's nightclub in his Mercedes. His girlfriend, Maletta Miller, is in the passenger seat. And what happened next would be pieced together from witness statements, police reports, and court documents. 5 minutes after Hodges parks, a van across the street rears to life, and two guys jump out. One is Lamont L. Boogie Paris, supposedly Quasand Lewis's enforcer, and his partner Rashi Ali Harris. Both got rifles. They opened fire on Tommy Lee Hodges' Mercedes. Tiffany's was right down the street from 1300 Bowman and the old Detroit Police Headquarters. So they shot up the block of where the Detroit Police Headquarters was at, and there was a bunch of people outside. I think someone got hit in the eye. Some people were hurt. Nobody died, certainly not Tommy Lee Hodges. His girlfriend fled on foot. Hodges pops out and returns fire, and an employee of a place that was outside having a cigarette break or something got hit in the eye. Police later discovered 2 handguns, a bulletproof vest, 2 semi-auto rifles, a bunch of shell casings, and a bunch of magazines full. And Rashi Ali Harris, who was wearing body armor and he was on parole at the time, is caught with El Boogie. They ran through a bunch of backyards after Tommy Lee Hodges shot at him, or they ran through downtown out into the neighborhood nearby, and they were grabbed. Rashi Ali Harris did not pay his go, did not collect $200. He was on parole with body armor on him, went back to jail, but El Boogie was still out there. And the violence didn't stop. In July '03, Tommy Lee Hodges' half-brother murked in a drive-by. Tommy Lee Hodges starts driving around in a van outfitted with bulletproof glass. And there was a bunch of firebombings, supposedly of stash houses. And the feds listed 11 homicides between Tommy and Q. Mostly, I think, Q doing it to Tommy after the initial attempts on Lewis's life.